welcome back into ARC Southeast Texas. We are joined this morning by Ainsley Thompson and Gordon Williams with Beaumont Heritage Society. We're talking all about a new exhibit at the John J. French Museum that kicks off this Thursday. I was just telling these two, I was like, they're on like a little world tour. You guys have been everywhere talking about this exhibit coming up because it is so exciting and it's such a kind of a gem for us to be able to have and explore. Tell me a little bit about the exhibit.
So, researcher Dion Babino was studying the WPA narratives and she came across a familiar sounding name spelled differently from her last name. And after researching, she found out about Agatha Babino, and she was actually married to a descendant from her family.
Oh, wow.
So this is about her lineage, what she experienced as a formerly enslaved person, and her connection to Beaumont because she lived in the Blessed Sacrament Church in the Charlton Pollard neighborhood.
Wow, I was gonna say lots of ties obviously to
Most
Southeast
definitely.
Texas. Yeah, which is great to be able to bring it to, the John J. French Museum.
Yes.
And you guys are always doing kind of great stuff like this, just bringing a little bit of history to folks in Southeast Texas.
Right, because we operate the French Museum and the Chambers Museum, but we think that a big part of our mission is not just focusing on those parts of history, but the broader history in our community. That's the best way to bring people together locally. Everybody who is here in Beaumont all shares that, we share that one thing, that shared history. And so to be able to share that with the community is super fun for us. That's what we live for. So.
Yeah, very interesting. And Gordon, tell me a little bit about, how are we getting a look at her life? Is it from old pictures, old diaries? How do we get a glimpse of that?
Well, it will be a mix of both. So some of the narrative that she recorded in 1930s with the WPA narrative. There'll also be family lineage. There's going to be a discussion with Dion Babino that I'm going to have a chance to moderate. And also Dion has found 47 other slave narratives connected to Beaumont.
Wow.
So she's going to have some of those on display as well, with a lot of familiar names that are still prominent here in this area.
Oh, I was gonna say, kind of interesting too. How cool was that for Dion to be able to, you're scrolling through, looking at a bunch of history, and all of a sudden you see, oh, wait a second, there's this connection. I have to imagine it's a little bit shocking and then interesting to kind of figure out a little bit about, her family history.
Most definitely, and one of the impetus was to share this history with her children, and now she's being able to show this exhibit that she's created and share it with more people, and hopefully people will be inspired to learn more about their history.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say, it seems like a lot has gone into kind of getting this exhibit up and getting it ready for Thursday.
Yes, so Dion did the hard work. She did, and Gordon as well, honestly, have done the heavy lifting, making sure that research is put together in a way that's going to be so compelling for the community. And then Beaumont Heritage Society, we've gotten the privilege of taking it and running with it and creating this opening night reception and some other little special programs that are coming soon, a little Easter egg there for y'all. But yeah, so the opening night reception is going to be a great way for everybody to really enjoy it. It'll be totally free for anybody who attends, so you can show up and talk to the exhibit creator and see the exhibit for yourself. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, that's pretty incredible. Now, is this a picture of Agatha?
Yes, that's a portrait of her done by Alyssa Babino, and she illustrated that portrait for us to use, and so yeah, we love having that.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. I was going to say, that's also very neat, great that Agatha recorded so much of that too, of her history and her life, so that way it can be shared now, obviously years and years later.
Most definitely, and there's descendants coming from across the country to come to the exhibit.
Yeah, kind of shows you how big it's going to be and how important it kind of is to, we always talk about remembering those who have come before us and kind of have, put in a lot of life's work and a lot of history there too. So that's neat that they'll be able to kind of come into and visit Beaumont and explore Beaumont and also get to see where she used to live.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so again, give me one more time, times, how long is this exhibit going to be running?
So the exhibit's full run will be August 7th, this Thursday until October 3rd. So there's the full 2 months. You can come see it anytime during museum operating hours. And then the opening night reception's this Thursday, August 7th from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at the Heritage Hall at the John J. French Museum.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you both for stopping by. I look forward to, hearing more about this, and hopefully lots of folks will go out and get to explore. So